I've been living in Italy for 20 years, and here's the thing. Italy feels cheap, but strangely expensive at the same time. A glass of wine, that's less than a bottle of water. A rental car and a full tank of gas, well, be prepared to spend half of your paycheck. So today, I'm breaking down how Italy messes with your budget, but how you can make the best of it without breaking your bank account. Oh, and later, I'll tell you about that time I had to pay a sneaky fee just to stand near some pigeons. Stick with me. Okay, let's start with the fun, cheap stuff. Eating and drinking in Italy is still shockingly affordable, if you know where to go. But don't be fooled by that €4 glass of wine. In the same city, if you take your coffee sitting down at the table, you can pay €2, €4, €5 more than you'd pay standing at the bar. So, my rule of thumb, take your coffee at the bar, al banco. Take your wine at the table, and your wallet stays happy. In Italy, you're not just paying for the coffee, you're paying for rent on the chair. Oh, and a couple of phrases for you. If you want to order your coffee at the bar, at the counter, you say, al banco per favore. Un caffè al banco per favore. Or when you order, just say al banco per favore. That means at the counter. And if you want to live a little, take it at the table. It's still going to cost you less than you'd pay for a venti, a cafe latte at Starbucks in the United States. You say al tavolo per favore. Un caffè al tavolo per favore. And live la dolce vita. Let's talk about hotels where the cost really bite. You want to stay in Rome or Florence in June or July, but be prepared to pay $150 a night, upwards. Even if you stay on a small little side street or a small little corner of the town. And if you want to book a place that overlooks one of the main piazzas with the view of the main cathedral, hell, forget about it. It's gonna be expensive. And when you go to check out, be prepared to pay €4 to €7 for city tax. That's per person, per night. Surprise! So how do you beat this? How can you save your budget? Well, my advice is always book in the shoulder months. Come and visit in the shoulder months. Book your places well in advance to save anything you can. And consider Airbnb. I know it gets a bad rap, but you can find much better places, sometimes full apartment with the kitchen in the city center and a lot more charm. You're gonna save more money than you would if you go the hotel route. But here's my Gregor Brown pro tip. Go stay in those smaller cities outside the main tourist hubs. Book out in the countryside in a small little village. You're gonna get all that same charm, but half the price. But you'll have museums, you'll have cathedrals, you'll have it all, and sometimes you can book an entire villa for the price you pay for a little small city apartment in the center of Florence or Rome. What are my recent recommendations? Well, consider Trevi in Umbria. I love that place, out tucked away in the olive groves, this beautiful hilltop town. I ran the trails in there one morning and I absolutely loved it. Also, stay in a masseria farmhouse down in Puglia, or book yourself a place in one of the villages up in the mountains of the Dolomites. Oh, breathtaking, stunning, hiking your way through those Alps, those blunt-shaped Dolomites all around you. You'll thank me later. Renting a car, get ready to cry at the pump. I love driving the Italian countryside, pure magic, but the cost can really add up. Get ready to pay €1.85 per liter when you go to pump the old benzina in the car's tank. What does that work out to? Well, beep, 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 beep. Dollars per gallon, that's around $7.50, $8 per gallon. And you thought gas in Texas was expensive. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. And the auto grill stops, well, they're expensive too. I'll get to that. The tolls, they add up as well. Driving from the north down to Rome, I think from, say, Bologna down to Rome recently, I paid around 57, 60 euro for the tolls alone. That was one direction. Worth it? Yes. Expensive? Also yes. So what do? Carpool, share the expenses. When you drive, make sure you got 2, 3, 4 in the car. That way you can split the tolls, split the cost of fuel. Also, don't go crazy at the auto grill. The auto grill, what is that? Well, it's a roadside buffet on the auto routes, on the toll roads. It's great. They got 4 group, 8 group espresso machines where you can get a espresso, a cappuccino better than your local barista would make. Coffee, yes, do that. Bufalino sandwich, yeah, once in your life, but more than that, don't go crazy, because frankly, the cost of the Bufalino sandwich and all those sandwich and food items at the auto grill, well, they're going up, and $8 a sandwich, it's getting to be too much. Italy's trains, still a bargain if you're smart. Italy's trains are your budget hero, but a one-way ticket from Florence to Rome, for example, can cost you 50 to 60 euro if you book last minute. I had to pay that recently. So my advice to you, consider local trains instead of the high-speed trains. When I say local, I mean the regionale trains. They're one step below the high-speed trains. You still get to where you're going, but you move along a little bit slower and you have more time to soak in that beautiful Italian countryside. If you do want to go the high-speed trains, and I do recommend you do, especially if you're coming from the United States, it's a complete different experience. Book well in advance to save money. Also consider those early morning hours before rush hour or mid-afternoon, before the 5-6 p.m. rush hour when tickets can be more expensive. I once snagged a first class, executive class ticket on Trenitalia for $25. Going from Florence to Rome. Yeah, a heck of a bargain. Oh, and another way you can save money, you can bring your own food on the train. I like to go to the coffee cart, the food cart, and have some food, have a sandwich as the train's zipping along at 250 kilometers an hour. But it can add up. So what I recommend, at the station, better yet, before you walk into the station, go to some of those local bars, cafes around that area. Get yourself a coffee to go. I know I don't recommend doing that, but you can get yourself a coffee to go, or even a bottle of wine or a cold beer, a sandwich, and take your bag, take your backpack on the train and have yourself a little picnic as you watch the Italian countryside roll by like a beautiful painting by Michelangelo. Blah. Those sneaky fees that tourists never expect. Italians love tourists, but they also love to sneak in a fee. Venice now has its day tripper fee. Go there, pay a fee to wander the canals, along with 10,000 other selfie sticks. Pompeii, well, they're now considering a cap limiting it to a massive 20,000 tourists a day. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy, but they have to put a limit on somewhere. And Rome, well, they're considering something similar to Venice, cordoning off the famous Trevi fountain and charging people a fee to get in to see the famous wish pool. And don't get me started on those hotel city tax fees that you have to pay in cash most of the time. Yeah, you stay in a nice, luxurious place, you go to check out, you've already paid with your credit card, and the hotel says, oh, you need to pay €4 in cash, and you're digging through your pockets looking for some coins. Like, come on, man, you're nickel and diming me on the way out? Oh, they're sneaky fees. Also, click that little like, thumbs button down there. Thank you. Helps out so much with the algorithm and me with the video. Thank you. Grazie.
Thanks so much.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks
See
so
the YouTube
much.
channel.
Yes. Thanks so much.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Don B.
Nice to meet you too. Where are you two from?
We're from Houston.
Great. Thank you for saying hello.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much for all your hard work.
Where is Italy still a steal? Even with the prices going up everywhere around the world and here in Italy, you still get quality. You can go to any pizzeria, get a €10 pizza with fresh quality local grown ingredients that the local patrons are gonna brag about at home with their grandmothers, made in a brick, wood, fire, traditional oven by some pizzaiolo named Luigi, bam, right at you. Try getting that at home in the United States or anywhere else in the world. Forget about it. So, budget a little bit more, get a little bit more. Italy's hospitality isn't cheap, it's priceless. Oh, what was that pigeon fee that I mentioned to you at the start of this video? Do you remember that? Well, I once paid a Venice tourist fee, $10, just to enter into the center, into Piazza San Marco, to stand there and look at the cathedral and feed the pigeons like some idiot. Never again. Yes, there is a fee now to get into Venice. That's for day trippers, not if you're staying overnight in the city, which I recommend you do. It's not worth it just going there, being dropped off by a cruise ship just for one day. If you're going to take the train to Rome, go all the way to Rome, is what a friend of mine used to always say. That means if you're gonna go do something, do it with intention and do it the quality way. What is the fee? Well, it's €5 if you book early, up to 4 days in advance. And then after that, it's €10 if you're booking under 4 days in advance for the day tripper fee. All this sort of information, travel tips and hacks, I'm putting out a regular email newsletter to those that get a chance to sign up. The link's down in the description. You'll get all sorts of travel vlogs, information, what I'm up to, some stories from my journeys, and hacks as well, and tips that you can apply to your next journey. Check out the link down below in the description. And Bonnie, right?
Yeah,
Where are you
John,
guys
Bonnie.
from?
We're from Richland, Washington.
And you're staying in this beautiful
We
palazzo.
did. We've been here for a month, and we watched your videos before we came here.
So now you know why Italy feels cheap until it's suddenly not. But what if I told you some of Italy's biggest cities aren't worth it anymore? They're overpriced and overcrowded, and all the magic's gone. So watch this video next where I break down the places I would skip and where I'd go instead to save your budget and your sanity, and see a side of Italy most tourists never see. Your wallet and your pizza-loving soul will thank you. Just watch it here next.